Hierdie is 'n ma en 'n mikrofoon. Welkom by hierdie episode. Welkom by hierdie episode van 'n ma en 'n mikrofoon. Twee gaste, Carla in Afrikaans en Kali in Engels. Carla was natuurlik alle gas op 'n ma en 'n mikrofoon, want ek dink ouerskap en geldsaake loop so hand aan hand. En in Engels het ek gedink hierdie episode praat ons oor moms and money. Ek weet nie hoe sal ons dit in Afrikaans sê nie, dalk maas en munte of maas en markte, soos geldmarkte. Maar dankie julle twee dat julle kennis as vroue en finansies deel om maas en ouers en dis natuurlik oumas en oupas en paas natuurlik wat ook saam luister en saam kyk na ons podcast, sodat julle kennis ook met hulle deel. Maar ek wil graag dat julle julleself net so vinnig bekendstel. Both of you actually have had new additions to your families very recently. Ons het hier twee maas wat baie onlangs is in, hulle is nog in die 4de trimester weer maas geword het. So Carla, jy kan gou begin, dan stel jy jouself net bekend and after her, Carly, just introduce yourself. Who are you? Tell us about yourself and your family.
Hi julle, so ek is Carla, maar ek dalk beter bekend as Money with Carla. Ek is op Instagram en YouTube en ek hou daarvan om mense meer oor geld te leer en ek praat baie oor beleggings. Ek is ook 'n ma van 2, my seentjie is vandag 3 en my dogtertjie is 3 maande. So ek is baie opgewonde om vandag met julle te praat.
Carly, you also have a full house.
Yeah, I'm Carly. I'm marketing officer at Easy Equities, and I have the same as Carla, but the opposite. So I've got a daughter who's 3 and a son who's 3 months old. And last night, they both actually slept. So I feel so ready for this podcast today because I've actually had some rest. So
I need a secret because I don't sleep that much.
it's a miracle.
But when we were planning this and I heard both of you have these very small babies still, I was even more impressed. So thank you for this time. We're going to make it brief. We have a lot of information that we want to give to the listeners and the viewers. Maar ons gaan dit lekker kompak maak en natuurlik, diegene wat nou nog meer wil weet, ons al 3 saam is binnekort in Oktober by die Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfees. Ek is verskriklik opgewonde as 'n Johannesburger om bietjie te kan Kaap toe gaan. Almal in verskillende hoedanighede, maar ons sal nou daaroor praat. Carla, ek gaan begin met jou gesprek en die kennis wat jy vir ons kan deel en ek wil veral praat oor en ek het dit laas ook gesien tydens ons gesprek en eintlik as ek nou jou kanaal ook so dophou, tax-free savings account, belastingvrye rekenings, maar veral met betrekking tot ouerskap. So kom ons val sommer daarin, want jy praat gereeld daaroor, en as 'n tool vir beleggings vir kinders, en ek dink Suid-Afrikaners is nou al meer bewus daarvan, maar daar sal ook mense wees wat dalk daarvan weet, maar nog nie ene het nie. Hoekom dink jy is 'n tax-free savings account, en ek gebruik nou maar die Engels, ek weet daar's altyd mense in die kommentaar wat met my raas, maar dit is hoe ons praat, die tax-free savings account. Hoekom is dit so 'n belangrike instrument, hulpmiddel, wat eintlik veral met betrekking tot ons toekomsbeplanning vir ons kinders?
Ja, so ek dink dat dis 'n ongelooflike manier om geld weg te sit vir jouself en vir jou kinders, want dit is die een manier om belastingvrye beleggings te kan maak in Suid-Afrika, waar jy geen kapitaalwinsbelasting of dividendbelasting op local dividends betaal nie. Ek praat ook maar bietjie mengels, verskoon my. En dit so jy kan R46,000 'n jaar daarin sit, R500,000 oor jou leeftyd, belastingjaar per belastingjaar R46,000. En wat ek dink amazing is dat jy dit nou al vir jou kinders kan begin doen. So jy kan soos op 'n app soos Easy Equities vir jou kinders ook tax-free savings accounts oopmaak. Die een ding wat mense nie besef, wat ek nou al hoe meer en meer besef, raak mense bewus daarvan, soos wat jy sê, maar baie mense maak die fout om nog steeds net rente te verdien op die rekeninge. Hulle besef nie hulle kan dit eintlik belê nie. Die geld kan belê word in byvoorbeeld 'n global stock, soos 'n MSCI World Index ETF wat vir jou access gee aan die global stock market, en is baie eenvoudig. Jy kan dit eintlik DIY, do it yourself, op 'n app soos Easy Equities. So ja, ek dink dit is 'n great manier om vir jou kinders nou al beleggings te kan begin maak wat ongelooflike groei kan hê oor die langtermyn. So dis altyd vir my 'n no-brainer om vir ouers te sê, begin vir jou kind 'n rekening. My seentjie, ek het gister sy geld in sy rekening deposit vir sy verjaarsdag. Elke verjaarsdag vra ek vir die oumas en die oupas, gee geld vir die tax-free savings account, want ek wil nie onnodige speelgoed hê wat hy in anyway oor 'n jaar nie meer gaan gebruik nie.
Jy het nou iets genoem wat ek juist wou vra, jy sê vir die oupas en die oumas, so dit is nou nie net, jy kan jou eie tax-free savings account hê met jou ID-nommer en jou detail, en dan kan jy 'n aparte een vir jou kind begin, En ek dink enige iemand, maar oupas en oumas soos jy sê, eerder as om nou 'n dierspeelding te koop waarmee hulle vir 'n week speel en nooit weer nie, kan oupa, ouma, familielede, enige iemand kan geld bydra wat dan in daai rekening inbetaal word, verstaan ek reg?
Ja. So hulle die rekening is aan die kind se ID-nommer gekoppel. So dit is in hulle eie naam en ons gaan ek gaan vir Carly vra sy moet bietjie meer vir ons dalk verduidelik van die ander hoe as mens ander mense wil geld deposit in die rekening in, hoe die details agter dit sal lyk.
Baie dankie. En dan, ek het ook onlangs met 'n vriend gepraat wat ook in finansies werk en hy het ook gesê soos as jy regtig vir jou kind, en ons weet ons het nou nie almal die vermoë om elke jaar daai maksimum bedrag te betaal nie, maar iemand wat regtig kan of soveel as moontlik geld wegsit, Karla, as jy net 'n prentjie kan skets van as jy begin as hierdie kind 'n babietjie is en jy dra by tot hulle 18 jaar oud is, wat se tipe van finansiële voorsprong kan dit vir hulle gee teen die tyd wat hulle moet aftree? Ek het verstaan dit kan regtig eintlik hulle hele toekoms en lewe en finansiële beplanning verander.
Dit hang natuurlik af hoe die markte groei en mens kan nie dit voorspel nie. Ons kan nie sê hoe die global stock market gaan doen oor die volgende 50 jaar nie, maar mense praat van as ons kyk na in reële terme, meaning real terms en vandag se waarde van geld, meer as 10 miljoen rand wat hulle as jy elke jaar net R2000 sê maar kom ons sê R2000 'n maand in hulle rekening insit of selfs minder, jy kan net 500, jy kan net 100, jy het nie eintlik baie geld nodig om in jou rekeninge in te sit nie. Maar as jy dit kan uitmax, voordat hulle teen die tyd dat hulle 11 jaar oud is, gaan jy hulle 500,000 in hulle rekening ingesit het en dan kan daai tot meer as 10 miljoen rand in reële terme wees teen die tyd wat hulle op aftree ouderdom kom wat 'n groot voorsprong kan wees en as die markte groei kan dit selfs baie meer as dit wees. So die mense noem dit the time value of money en compounding interest is ongelooflik waardevol vir iemand wat nog so jonk is.
Ja. En jy praat baie keer en jy voel ook self passief oor vroue en belegging en hoe hulle belê en mense sien tog baie ook, Karla, baie vroue maak die keuse, natuurlik 'n goeie en 'n belangrike keuse om as hulle kinders gebore is op te hou werk, as dit is wat vir hulle gesinne werk, maar dan sê hulle maar, jy weet, ek het nou nie meer inkomste nie, ek is nou 'n stay-at-home mom, ek bly by die huis, jy weet, beleggings is nie vir my nie. Wat is jou boodskap vir vroue wat dalk nie meer in die arbeidsmark is nie, wat by die huis is, maar wat dalk nog steeds wonder in hulle agterkop kan hulle nie tog so bydra maak of hulle kinders help nie?
So ek is nogals passievol oor die konsep om te sê as jy 'n stay-at-home mom is, dit is tog 'n werk, dit is 'n voltydse werk, dit is eintlik meer as 'n persoon se werk. En jy behoort, ek dink, 'n salaris te kry daarvoor. Dit hoef nie 'n groot salaris te wees nie, maar ek dink om jou man of jou partner vir jou te sê, hoorie, hier is jou allowance wat jy self kan belê en dit hoef nie 'n groot bedrag te wees nie, want nommer 1, dit gee vir jou die confidence om te begin sê ek sit my eie geld weg en ek belê dit. Nommer 1, dit gee vir jou die confidence om te sê ek sit van my eie geld weg en ek leer hoe beleggings werk. Dit hoef nie groot geld te wees nie. En nommer 2, as jy 'n belangstelling het in jou eie finansies, kan jy ook in die huis se finansies 'n groter belangstelling kan hê. So ek dink dit is in die belang van die pa en die huisgesin, so dat as die ma eie portefeulje kan begin en meer kan leer en meer kan verstaan hoe werk hierdie goed.
En dit spreek eintlik tot soveel ander aspekte van gesin wees en as ek nou met kenners praat oor kommunikasie, oor saamwerk, oor dat jy weet 'n man en vrou en partners moet wees en saam die geldsaake verstaan en ook dat mens jouself kan leer om dinge baas te raak wat jy dalk nie gedink het jou veld is nie. En dit was vir my die afgelope ruk nogal lekker om meer van finansies te leer. Ek het al vir jou gesê laas jaar ook al, ek het kommunikasiekunde geswat, regtig nie veel van markte geweet nie, maar ons bly in 'n era waar danksy mense soos jy en Carly wat vir ons leer en mense kan ook gaan oplees, maar daar nie 'n verskoning is om nie meer te weet nie en dat jy regtig jou geld, soos ek sê, eerder as om dit op hierdie duur onnodige speelding vir 'n kind te mors om te gaan in hulle toekoms belê. So dit is vir my ook baie lekker om te leer. Dan wil ek net hoor mense wat nou dalk by die Woordfees is, die Stellenbosch Woordfees, jy is daar, jy is selfs by 'n gesprek of twee betrokke. Vertel ons bietjie, ek het gesien nie in die boekie, maar diegene wat dalk daar is en wat groot aanhangers van jou is, waaroor praat jy by die Woordfees?
So ek praat oor my nuwe boek wat uitkom en soos Money with Carla, your no BS guide to building wealth en dit kom uit in September, so ek sien baie uit om by die Toyota Woordfees daaroor te praat. So my gesprek, so ek is hier in die boekie vir iemand wat die boekie het. Ons het 'n baie packed agenda. Ek dink ek's baie excited vir dit.
Anders kan hulle net op die webwerf gaan kyk, dis ook daar.
Ja, natuurlik. Ek dink nie almal het fisiese boekie nie. So,
Ja.
die 7 Oktober 9 uur is ek by die Kaya Kafee. Dit is gratis en ek gaan meer praat oor my boek en ek sien uit om enigiemand wat meer wil uitvind oor hoe om hulle eie geld te groei en slim te belê, daar te ontmoet.
Fantasties. Ons sien uit. Soos ek sê, ek is in Stellenbosch, so ek sien self uit om daar te wees. Carly, thanks for your time as well. You'll also be there, and we'll talk a bit more about that just after this discussion. But I want to know, so you recently had another baby, but when you think back on the time when you first became a mom, did that really change the way that you look at investment at money, especially as someone who maybe have a bit more knowledge than just the average Joe or the average Jane? How did becoming a mother change your perspective on money and investing?
Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you, I probably don't have more knowledge than the average Joe or the average Jane. I don't come from a financial background whatsoever. I actually studied music. So,
oh, that's encouraging to know.
It really goes to show you that anyone can do this. And I'm going to what Carla was saying as well. Anyone can do this, and it's easier than you think. Having a baby or having a child didn't really change how I think about money, but it really changed my priorities and how I think about my priorities and what those are. It's no longer just about me and my financial future. It's about my family's financial future. And for me, it was really about how do I give my kids choices? How do I give them options so that they're not forced into a particular path or having to have limited things of what they can do with their life? How do I give them all the options they could ever want? That's what really changed for me.
That's great. Thank you. And then I think a lot of people, especially myself as well, when starting, my dad did a lot of my investments when I was young, but then you move over and you sometimes you feel like you're just carrying on with what you have. You maybe have a pension fund or RA or whatever, but I think there's a point where you want to take matters into your own hands. You want to understand what's going on with your money and you want to maybe start making your own investments. But that can also be a daunting thing, especially online. And we have to be realistic about the fact that there is fraud, there is scams and laundering, and a lot of people do fall for it. So maybe just advice, especially for moms, young families, someone who wants to start with investment and upskilling themselves, but also don't want to fall into those traps that you often read about. Any tips on if you want to start investing your money, taking it into your own hands, getting knowledgeable? Where do you start?
So I think, one thing that came to mind when you were speaking is us as parents go through so many emotions. We feel guilty, we feel scared, we worry about our kids, we do all of that. And I think you don't need to have those kind of feelings as well when you walk into the world of investing. You really don't. And Easy Equities is definitely a safe place to do that. Not only in terms of it's safe, it's secure, it's reputable. I mean, you could Google Easy Equities. You'll see us come up. We've won a number of awards locally and internationally. We've got, we appear in a lot of reputable publications. So just in terms of doing your homework, which anyone would do in terms of where you're putting your money, there's lots out there to give you reassurance that we are a safe and secure platform and that your money is safe. And for me, the biggest thing is that fear, you just need to start. If you can just get your first little bit of money, and it really, as Carla was saying, it doesn't need to be 2,000 Rand a month or 1,000,000 Rand. It can be 50 Rand today. Get in that money into your account and just start. You will find that you know a lot more than you think you do, and you're a lot more able than you think you are. And you learn as you go. So if you're someone who thinks, well, I don't know enough, I've never done this before. I sat with my mom and she was making her first investments and she was kind of like, but I don't know what I'm doing. I said, just let's sit down and you just take 50 Rand. 50 Rand is 2 coffees. It's 1 coffee in Cape Town.
It's 1 coffee.
Yes. That's how much you're risking. So take a little bit of money, start small, and just start. This is a reputable platform, and you can learn as you go.
And how has that journey been for your mom? Is she more confident now? Is she investing all over the place?
Fantastic. Well, what I'm loving is that when I go over for a cup of tea with my 2 kids and she helps me at bath time, because it's always just such a stressful time, we talk about what she's investing in, and we kind of compare stock portfolios. And how cool for a mom and daughter to bond over their stock portfolio. I mean, that's really special.
That really is, and that's something you can then carry on to your kids as well, and kind of a generation of money savvy moms and daughters and families. That's great. Carly, I know you're a very good singer because I heard you while we were doing the prepping for this episode. But will you be singing at the Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfeest? Because you are very talented, I can say that. Or will you be doing something else? Please tell us.
I'm going to be singing Carla's praises. That's what I'll be singing because, like I said, when I met you guys, I'm actually quite a fan of Carla. So I'm definitely going to make it to her talk. But I'm also going to be doing a talk about being a mom and money and investing for your kids and what that looks like. And there's a bunch of other really cool Easy Equities talks that are happening. There's one on retirement with Helena Conradi. She was the head of Satrix for many years, leads a very interesting life and all about personal and financial retirement planning. And yeah, there's just so much to see and do. We're doing another one about women and entrepreneurship. There's lots of really great talks. And one thing that we're doing at the Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfeest, which I'm really excited about and I personally would benefit so much from, is the Velddraf met Woorde. Which is this cool run where instead of a race number, you get an Afrikaans word. And so everyone gets this different Afrikaans word and you kind of then can creates talkability. It's a 5 and a 10K run, really cool social, kind of get to know everyone at the festival. So I'm super, super excited about that too.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I actually missed that going through the booklets, and I like running and I like traveling. I'll definitely be there. But now I'm curious, Connie, what is your favorite Afrikaans word?
I like all the naughty words actually. So I must not.
No, my imagination's running wild.
I quite like the word verspotter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Does that mean like imperfect or something like that?
Silly, like silly, frivolous,
clumsy.
Yes,
clumsy.
Yes, yeah.
I wrote. I had a boyfriend who was Afrikaans, and so I wrote a song for him, half in English and half in Afrikaans. And so I said, like, I'm struggling. I'm writing these words met my verspotte pen. So like my imperfect, my silly pen. You know what I mean? So I quite like that word.
I'm just going to put it out there that after your very serious money talk, please perform that song. I will be there and I hope to hear it.
It's called Die Taal van Liefde.
Dit is pragtig. Ek wil dit baie graag hoor. Listen, we have about 5 minutes left and I have you here and I have your knowledge. So I'd like to tap into this knowledge with the time that we have left. Let's do a bit of a group discussion between the three of us. I ask questions, you tell me what you know. Do you think in terms of saving for our kids, and all three of us now have kids who still mine is 6 and 3, so it's still a few years to go before they finish with school, though I know it's going to go like this and it's going to be done. But do you think at a time it was really said that the big thing you have to save for your children and investing and just thinking about is tertiary education? Do you think this is still the case? Should we think about it a bit differently?
I think that for me personally, I'm looking at just options because I don't know what the world's going to look like by the time my kids are 18 with AI and technology. It's not just about university education is still incredibly powerful and important, but there's so many other avenues that could be explored. You know, it might be an entrepreneurship thing. Maybe your child leans more into an entrepreneurial sort of direction, or they want to travel or do a year's internship somewhere, or I just want to create the options for them to decide what the best path is going to be for them at the time.
Carla, hoe sien jy dit?
100% agree with what Carly says. I think with AI, it's going to look different. Tertiary education is not going to necessarily be what it is today. So giving them options is the best thing that you can do. And having money equals options. And that's basically all what it gets down to.
En Carla, jy gee gereeld vir ander mense finansiële advies, maar wat is, as jy al terugdink oor jou lewe, raad wat jy gekry het, was daar 'n stukkie raad wat vir jou die beste raad oor geld was, wat jy nog van enigiemand gekry het, en dit is net daai kernding wat jou besluite rig en lei?
So my professor het toe ek op universiteit was vir ons verduidelik hoe ongelooflik saamgestelde rente is, compounding interest is. Ek het nie vir hom geluister daai tyd nie. Ek het ongelooflike advies gekry, maar ek het dit gebruik nie. So ek dink daai om so vinnig as moontlik te begin om compounding interest te laat werk vir jou. Daai is amazing, iets wat mens nou vir jouself, vir kinders ensovoorts moet doen.
Carly, the best piece of financial advice you've received?
Invest in the brands and companies that you already understand when you first start. So when you first start investing, it can feel daunting. What do I invest in? That's the biggest question we get. And for me, when I certainly entered that world, I started with, okay, well, I go to Woolworths. Do you know how much money I spend on Woolworths fruit for these kids of mine, by the way?
Blueberries, right?
You know those blueberries, girl. And so I'm already giving a portion of my salary to this business every month. I understand what they do. I might even know a little bit about the leadership. I might have a grasp, seen some headlines. So starting with companies that you know and that you trust and that you are prepared to give a piece of your salary to is a really useful starting point for someone who's just really doesn't know where to start. And then you learn and you grow, you start with small amounts, like I said in the past. So investing in companies you already know as a starting point was a really good tip for me.
That makes so much sense because you're already actually part of the brand already if you are a loyal and a year-long supporter. I like that so much. And then a final question is advice, especially for families. What is the one thing you would advise, Carly, I'm going to start with you, but to families to do in terms of their financial planning?
Carla, I don't know about you, but my kids learn from what they see. They don't listen to what I'm saying. they learn by how I am and how I act and what I do. So I think if we could make talking about money and investing a normal thing to talk about at the table, to explain to your kids why you bought this thing and not that thing, and to make it so normal that it's not taboo. Not that it's really taboo, but even when you first get into a relationship with someone, talking about money feels awkward. You don't want to say how much you earn, but what if it wasn't? What if we were just open and honest about how we spend our money? I think that's really empowering for a family.
Ek dink om daai gesprekke openlik te hê is ongelooflik belangrik, maar twee goed wat ek sal byvoeg is om seker te maak jy dieselfde oop gesprek met jou dogtertjies en met jou seentjies, want ek dink baie keer is die paas outomaties net meer met die seuns, sal hulle goed vertel of verduidelik en die dogtertjies word ook groot, dis 'n wêreld wat ons nie met jou oor noodwendig gaan praat nie. So om oop te wees oor daai goed, my pa was oop met ons is 3 dogters en 'n seun. Wel, ja, ek het 3 siblings en hy was altyd equally transparent met almal gewees. So ek het nooit groot geword net vir dogtertjies of is net vir seentjies sekere topics nie. En dan die ander ding is ek dink ook om gesprekke te hê rondom in plaas van dat geld skaars is, moet ons gesprekke hê oor hoe kan mens geld laat groei en hoeveel potensiaal en hoeveel opportunity is daar in die wêreld om meer geld te kry en wat beteken geld dit gee opsies soos wat ons voorheen gepraat het. Want ek dink ons is geneig ook om te sê ons kan nie iets bekostig nie, ons moet budget, die geld is min hierdie maand, hierdie ding is so duur. En in plaas van om negatiewe gesprekke rondom geld te hê, is ook waar sien jy potensiaal? Dink jy nie mens moet aan kyk hoe slim is daai besigheidsplan of kyk hoe maak daai mense geld, is om hierdie tipe gesprekke te hê sodat kinders kan opgewonde kan raak en die potensiaal kan sien in plaas van om altyd te voel geld is altyd min en dis iets waarvan ons nie baie het nie.
Ek hou so van daai aanslag want dit is so jy's 'n bietjie van 'n kopskuif, nê? En veral vir vroue en dis hoekom ek so opgewonde is dat julle daar is by Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfees en dat dit jong vroue is, vroue wat self ma's van klein babatjies en ek kyk na die program klomp vroue. Dit is vir my regtig lekker om te sien. En ek hoop dat ons daar soos 'n hele mom village by mekaar gaan kry. Ek is ook daar. Ek gaan wel glad nie met geld praat nie. Ek gaan 'n regstreeks 'n gesprek van 'n man en mikrofoon opneem. So ek hoop van ons kykers en luisteraars kan dit ook kom bywoon, 'n wonderlike gesprek. En dan gaan ek teen daai tyd ook 'n nuwe kinderboek uit hê wat ek ook 'n kinderaanbieding oor gaan doen wat gaan oor die alfabet wat natuurlik natuurlik ook belangrik is. Kinders moet nie net weet van geld sake nie, hulle moet kan lees en skryf ook. So ek gaan daai vaardighede daai en ek sien verskriklik uit om julle albei te kom ontmoet, nie so deur 'n skerm nie, maar werklik in persoon in Oktober by die Toyota Stellenbosch Woordfees. So dankie dat julle kennis gedeel het, Maas en Minte en Markte, en ek sien baie uit om julle daar te sien. Thank you Carly en dankie Karla.
Thank you so much, guys.
Dankie, sien uit om jou in Stellenbosch te sien tussen die 3de en die 11de Oktober. Sien baie uit.